Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Civilian Arc podcast where, if you remember last week, I bitched about the power rankings a lot. So, I devised a fun podcast. Basically, imagine this as Battlebots What If Episode 4. So, it's Battlebots What If the seeding was an absolute dog shit.
Great title.
Yeah. So, what I did is basically last week we did a podcast with Green where me, Spin, and some others shared our power rankings. I only based it off of me, Spin, and Green's power rankings since Pory and Mantine's weren't as serious as ours.
My rankings were really serious. What are you talking about?
But it wasn't based off of the 2021
Your rankings
season.
didn't have blowhard, so
Yeah.
Revision Z. Listen, Revision Z deserved that win over Atomic Wedge. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. So, what I did is basically the same thing I did for the mid-season bracket, is give it a pointing system, and me, Spin, and Green's power rankings, and this is the stuff we got. So, I'll run by the top 4 seeds. Don't need to go by all this. You may notice that some bots have already proceeded to the round of 16. That's because in the case of Endgame, Minotaur, Tantrum, and Sawblaze, those bots had rematches in their first round, so I kind of just had them go in the round of 16. And you'll notice that Fusion's here as well. Basically, we kind of had a debate about this before we started this podcast, where we debated if we should keep Glitch in or if we should sub it in for a bot, and we finally came to the agreement that Fusion should take its spot.
No, hold on. We didn't agree to this. You did RNG.
You said it was fair.
I wanted Mammoth. Pory wanted Blacksmith.
And I wanted Fusion. So the only way to decide it...
I wanted Deadlift.
So the only way to decide it was RNG, and Spin, you literally said that was fair.
Wait, so you wanted
I
Fusion?
didn't agree to Fusion. I agreed to RNG.
Wait.
That's different.
Civ, you wanted Fusion?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Rigged.
Alright, then.
Wow. This dude's rigging it.
But, yeah, so we're going to go down our bracket, take our predictions, and we can say if we like the seeding or not. So how do you guys feel about the top 4 seeds? We have the top 4 seeds being 1 seed Endgame, 2 seed Rotator, 3 seed Ribot, and 4 seed Sawblaze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree to the city.
Yeah, the seeding is, in my opinion, good for the most part. There is some favelery outside of the top.
Why is Hijinks not in the bottom spot? I mean Ice Wave. Why is Ice Wave not in the play-ins?
I don't. Where did you put Ice Wave?
I mean, it's got the lowest seed that isn't a play-in. To be fair,
It should be a play-in though. Come on.
Well, I'm pretty sure you and Green both put Defender under it, so...
oh my!
Hold on, let me check. I don't think I did.
I think you did, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I had Ice Wave above. I mean, below Defender.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. That's weird. Oh wait, you know what it was? Did you change your list at all? Between
Perhaps. I didn't. No, I didn't. The only change I made was I switched around Hijinks and Valkyrie.
Okay, then the only explanation is that Ice Wave is somehow 2 spots above Defender in Green's list.
I see it.
Alright, so... Yeah, so... I'm sure we can go down the list. So, yeah, Endgame is already proceeded to the round of 16 since Scorpios versus Malice already happened, and Scorpios versus Endgame already happened, so it'll move on to the round of 16. So it'll take on the winner between the 16 seed and the 17 seed, Cobalt and Black Dragon. So, first of all, how do you guys feel about this seeding? And second of all, how do you feel like this fight will go?
Well, I can't see numbers, but
I didn't put the numbers in.
yeah. Let me find a bracket that has numbers so I can actually see. I'll just hold on.
What do you got, Pory?
What was the question?
How do you feel about Cobalt versus and Black Dragon being seeded 16th and 17th, and how do you feel the fight would go?
I mean, I feel like the seating for that's probably fairly accurate. As for the fight, I'm gonna have to go. Sorry, Green, but Cobalt. I feel like Cobalt probably has this one in the bag. I don't think it'll be a KO because I mean it's Black Dragon. They're a brick. But I do think that Cobalt's gonna have some spicy moments in this fight, and like, especially since it has wedgelets now and all that. I think that it's safe to say that they're a force to be reckoned with, and also overall they just looked a lot cleaner than Black Dragon. Like the Ice Wave win was perfectly fine. Claw Viper, it was okay. It was fine. And and then what was it? I don't remember what its loss was.
Rotator.
No shame in that, but and Cobalt's loss wasn't really like, oh, it was bad. It was like driving error. I felt more than anything, and just not having a proper configuration to deal with fusion. Because like, how do you tackle that? You use wedgelets. You use big beefy wedge. Like, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, according to Matt Maxim, there was some complications in making a fusion.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna knock them for that because that's a tricky one, especially like when you get the robot from someone else and you have all these other configurations. Like, that's understandable. But yeah, I'd say I got Cobalt beating Black Dragon for sure.
What do you got, Sven?
So I'm gonna agree with Cobalt over Black Dragon, mainly because hearing Matt Maxim just talk about how he's improved in driving Cobalt and just improved Cobalt's self-running ability. Plus, it's Matt Maxim driving, and Cobalt has competent ground game this season. I think Cobalt's just gonna take the early advantage and just chuck Black Dragon around until the decision.
Damn.
Well, my pick
basically what Cobalt did, what Copperhead did in 2020.
Gotcha. So my prediction, I'm actually going to go Black Dragon for this one. I feel that Black Dragon.
Oh.
I feel that Black Dragon has a. Well, Black Dragon probably doesn't have a better driver than Cobalt. It's still pretty good, and I feel that Black Dragon's just more mobile than Cobalt is. So I feel that Black Dragon can get to the sides easier and just get some good shots under Cobalt. And yeah, Cobalt does have better self-riding, but I'm sure Black Dragon can still take advantage of it being on its head, even if it's just for like a split second. So, but yeah, Cobalt gets a 2-1 decision, and it'll take on. I think it's going to take on Endgame. Yeah, Endgame. And so we move on to our next fight, which is a fight that happened in the mid-season bracket, but the bots are seeded quite differently this time. We have the 8 seed Uppercut versus the 25 seed Tombstone.
Wow.
Yeah. So personally, I feel like this seeding was good. Uppercut is probably not a top 5 seed in my. I don't even think it's a top 10 seed if I'm being real, but. At least it's...
maybe top 10. I probably wouldn't do 5, though.
Yeah. And Tombstone being 25, I say that's pretty accurate. So, but yeah, these are 2 of the most destructive bots in the sport, so it's definitely a dream match for a lot of people. And especially since that's why a lot of people got pissed about Uppercut versus Riddock, since they wanted Uppercut to fight Tombstone in the quarterfinals. But yeah, what do you guys think will happen in this fight?
I think that the fight will be like 2 hits and then it'll be over. which way it goes. This season, I'm gonna go uppercut because Tombstone hasn't impressed me. It's neat. I mean, it looks kind of like a frog, sure, but it hasn't been reliable. Like it lost its weapon to free shipping real early on. It died to Mammoth after hitting it a few times. It got blown apart by Captain Shredderator. I mean, maybe they fixed stuff. We'll see. I mean, and it's hard to tell because we haven't seen Tombstone's round of 32 match yet when they beat Jackpot. We haven't seen that yet, so we don't know. But also Uppercut hasn't been too phenomenal either because they lost drive in the free shipping fight on the one side clearly, and I think it really just depends on how the hit lands. But just based on how they've performed so far this season, I'm gonna probably go Uppercut wins.
Yeah, I really.
You can
Go ahead, Civilian.
Okay. In my opinion, both of these bots this season have been kind of one-hit wonders. Whereas you got Uppercut in its fight against free shipping where it lost drive, and even in its huge fight where I haven't seen the full fight yet, but from what they've shown in the clips of it,
the highlight is pretty much everything that happens in the fight that matters. Like there really isn't much more to it because it was a pretty short fight.
Yeah, so I feel like Uppercut was kind of probably lost drive in that fight too because it was on its side where its wheels could touch the ground. So, and I'm pretty sure.
I think its wheel might have been jammed underneath the wall. Correct. I could be wrong about that, but the way it happened was they hit Huge one last time after Huge was immobile, and it looked like the wheel got stuck underneath the wall by the shelf.
That's certainly possible, but yeah, I'll probably go Uppercut for this one, as I feel like Uppercut can probably survive the hits probably better than Tombstone can this season.
Yeah, it's like if it was any other season, I would probably go Tombstone.
Yeah. What do you got, Spin?
Yeah, I agree with what Pory said. I would probably go Tombstone in every other season. But this is no offense, Civilian, but I feel like we should have done this after this upcoming episode, so we could see what the other half how they do their next fight.
To be fair, I'm having another what if episode this week where it's based on bots who lost in the first round of the bracket.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So, but Tombstone's going to be Jackpot.
But yeah, so if Tombstone beats Jackpot, I would pick it over Uppercut. But I think I'm gonna go Uppercut because we haven't really seen how reliable Tombstone is, and it losing its weapon to free shipping, not a strong case for it beating such a sturdy Wedge and Uppercut, which did take out Gigabyte. So yeah.
All right, so Uppercut moves on with a clear-cut win over Tombstone. So it'll take on the 9 seed, the winner of the 9 seed Blip versus the 24 seed Captain Shredderator. Which, yeah. One of the things I hated the most about the Battlebot seeding was somehow Blip was seeded higher than Glitch. Which kind of rubbed me the wrong way since Blip had Overhaul and Rusty to fight the entire for its schedule.
I think okay, no. Hold on. Let me defend Blip's spot a little bit. I agree with you. I sort of agree with you, but in examining their fights, I would knock Glitch down a bit just for it having lack of mobility. It almost lost to Ghost Raptor because of this. It's just couldn't drive straight. It probably could have been counted out if Ghost Raptor didn't help. And even in the Hydra fight, it was still driving really wonky and it got the upper hand because Hydra was being Hydra this year. And with Kraken, it was facing a Kraken who's just struggling because they fought 2 horizontals and broke their frames. So I would knock it down for that. But it does have stronger wins. I'll give you that. I do think it should have been seeded higher than Blip. But I will defend Blip's placement in IRL.
I disagree with the comments, and the reason why is because I've been chief commander of Battlebots What If, and
oh god,
people say that that Civilian Arc lost his touch, and it was built by Civ, but actually, What If was built and maintained by me. The only thing that Civilian Arc added was the switch to lipos or something. I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
Come on, man.
I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to help you out.
Not effectively.
But okay, but I would probably seed Glitch higher just because it had poor mobility, but it had like really ballin' destructive wins, it and against arguably more powerful robots.
Arguably.
Plus Glitch had 3 KOs. Blip
Had 2 KOs.
Blip had 2 KOs, and their win with Lockjaw was like Lockjaw definitely had good moments in it.
Yeah. So what do you guys think would happen in the Blip Shred matchup?
Blip wins.
Blip wins. Yeah.
45 seconds. Sorry, Shred.
Yeah.
I'll give it a minute for Shredderator, and before it like either dies or gets flipped over.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'd go too. And then we're not doing
Watch it lose to Valkyrie very convincingly, like in one hit to the horizontal, just dies.
That'd be funny.
And this just didn't age at all.
Wait, I have Hijinks beating Sawblaze though.
Well, too bad. The fight already happened. Although that was a pretty ballin' fight, though.
That was a good performance.
I think Hijinks should have won the decision. Actually,
true. Based.
Yeah. The fact that Sawblaze was being too aggressive should give them points against him.
Yeah, they should lose points. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is very base abusive.
Yeah. But yeah, Sawblaze will take on the winner of the 12 seed Shatter versus the 21 seed. The 13 seed Shatter versus the 20 seed Yeti.
Okay, can I go first?
Sure.
Even though Shatter did lose to Riptide, which is a kind of similar design Yeti, I'm gonna go Shatter. For one, I don't think they're gonna underestimate the ground game of Yeti. I do think they're gonna bring in their fort or some form of like competent ground game that's gonna help them out. 2, Yeti does not have good armor. I think Shatter's gonna be able to break through that very easily, very convincingly. And Yeti does hit high. I do think Shatter's gonna be able to create defenses or just drive better enough to avoid getting its weapon taken out by Yeti's drum. I'm gonna go Shatter on the basis that I think it's gonna control better. It's not gonna underestimate Yeti, and its armor is very easy to puncture through, and Yeti's weapon isn't as powerful as Riptide.
What
do you got for it?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, really? I'd expect more pushback, to be honest.
I like Yeti. It's a neat robot, but it's got a lot of work to do, I feel. It's neat, but I don't know. I feel like Riptide is a more aggressive driver, and that's coming from this season. Like, if it was like Greg Gibson in 2016, then yes, I would probably say Yeti is the more aggressive driver. But Christian Carlberg like gave Greg Gibson therapy or something, and he simmered down. He's like, yeah, I'm more strategic now. And I feel like in a fight against something like Shatter, that's detrimental to the result. So, yeah, I'll probably go Shatter on that, to be honest.
Personally, I would go Yeti on this one just because I feel that Greg Gibson's driving would come into play a lot. And also, I feel that Yeti's forks are probably longer than Shatter's, and if Shatter goes for the long-ass forks it usually onto Blacksmith, they have a good chance of getting caught onto the kill saws, and then Yeti could really capitalize on that. So, yeah, I'd go Yeti, but Shatter wins anyway, so it'll take on... It'll take on the winner between... the winner of... Wait, no, it takes on Sawblaze. The fuck am I talking? I am being a favela right now.
Right now?
I don't want to hear it, mister.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, so now we got a fight that happened twice in 2019. and we have no, not 2019, 2020. I'm all over the place today. And
Do we really need to vote on this one?
no, I'm going Whiplash.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Valkyrie stands a decent chance, but Whiplash.
Yeah, true. Valkyrie looked really good when it beat up on Triple Crown and Pardon My Friend.
Yeah, it looks really good losing drive to a lifter.
Yeah, that was based. It was based as hell, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, Whiplash will take on the winner between Jackpot versus Gigabyte, and this fight would be great if it happened. Like, I would love to see Jackpot take on a full body spinner like Gigabyte. I'm pretty sure that would be a very explosive slugfest between the two. So, what do you guys think would happen in that fight?
I'm gonna think about the Malice versus Jackpot fight here, because Malice is not as powerful as Gigabyte, I don't think. Although Malice is probably gonna take hits better. I do think Gigabyte's just gonna add up on Jackpot's weapon, its wedge, and drive. If Malice could take out drive and then before dying, I think Gigabyte can take out drive before a decision happens, or just at least deal some really gnarly damage before it could get KO'd or it goes to a decision. I think I'm gonna go Gigabyte here on the basis Malice put up a really good fight against Jackpot. I think Gigabyte's gonna do the same and probably better to deal better hits. Yeah.
So you think Gigabyte will win, or Jack?
Sorry, I meant Gigabyte. Gigabyte's gonna win because I think it hits harder than Malice, and yeah.
So what do you got for?
Yeah, I probably have Gigabyte too. It's a good robot, and I'm not convinced that Jackpot can, I'm not convinced Jackpot can do that much. Like, it'll have some good moments, probably, sure, but like, Gigabyte's scary, man. I'm gonna have to go Gigabyte.
Well, personally, I'd go Jackpot in this, as I feel like
No.
what will happen in this is a slightly less one-sided version of Uppercut versus Gigabyte, where both bots will dish out hits on each other, but one hit will have Gigabyte sent to the corner where the shelf is, and fuck the shelf, by the way, but
Don't mind it.
Gigabyte will have to be put in the same situation it was against Uppercut, and then Jackpot will win, but
I mean, okay, here's the thing about that. Because they were dealing out really good hits against Uppercut, and then, like, after, there's a chance they could have gotten out of this corner, and they didn't take it.
Also,
I think this time they would take it, and that would actually help a lot.
But also, about that, I want to say, in terms of kinetic energy, Jackpot could probably take hits better than Uppercut could.
Yeah. Uppercut's kind of self-destructive like that.
Yeah.
But is the wedge better? I don't know.
No.
Maybe. We'll ask Miles.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I was gonna say that, like, Uppercut lost. I was gonna say that Jackpot lost drive to Malice, and Uppercut didn't lose drive to Gigabyte. But Uppercut lost drive to a Slifter, so that's not a strong point.
Yeah, that's not a...
I mean, so did Jackpot, let's be real here.
No.
Keep it 50-50.
It didn't lose drive. It got stuck on a chain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And whose fault was that?
Yours.
Yeah.
Whose chain did they get stuck on?
Its own, maybe?
Did it throw a chain that fight?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because deadlift's based, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you bitch.
But it's drive return, though.
Are you good, Pory?
Yeah. We're okay. We're gonna make it.
It's okay.
You know what I mean?
No.
That's the kind of guy. Oh, you fucking bitch! Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're chilling.
What game are you playing right now, Pory?
Who said I was playing a game? What's the problem?
Well, who are you calling a bitch to, then?
You? Because, I mean, you're saying that Jackpot could be Gigabyte.
Wow.
Bitch.
You're out of control, mister. But yeah, now we move on to the top right fight of the bracket where Rotator takes on the winner.
Oh, you bitch!
Rotator takes on the winners between the two grappling robots. We got Defender and Claw Viper, which, I mean, you got Jason Vasquez and Kevin.
Kevin the Heaven?
Yeah, Kevin the Heaven.
Milcheski.
Kevin last name.
Yeah, Kevin Milcheski. And so, yeah, this should be a fun driving fight as both drivers are really good at with their robots, so.
I'm going to say Claw Viper because it goes speed.
Yeah, I feel like Claw
It's
Viper.
easy.
I feel like Claw Viper has the better weapon and the better speed, and the speed advantage is also really good to it. I'd say Defender probably has the better driver, but I don't think it's like incredible.
I also think it has better ground game, but I'm not sure if that's going to matter with Claw Viper's speed.
Yeah, it probably won't. And Defender struggled to lift fucking.
Yeah, they totaled the ground game with Riva because they fought the future champion in their first fight. So, I mean,
they didn't fight. They didn't fight Copperhead in their first fight. What?
Oh! Yeah, about that. I'm gonna keep it 55th Street.
Copperhead should have lost a decision against Lucky. Just saying.
What?
You didn't even see the fight, Spin.
I saw the fight, so that's why it's really funny to me.
I did too, but I'm not gonna comment on the fight because Lucky should have won. That's all that needs to be said.
Literally, the entire fight was Lucky getting like beaten up on, like the whole fight.
I'm surprised it wasn't split. I truly am.
Yo, okay. Spain, look, you're pretty based, but like I don't know about this one, buddy.
Anyways, yeah, Claw Viper now takes on the 2-seed Rotator, which I definitely agree with it being the 2-seed here. It's the most impressive 2-0 out there, in my opinion. So, plus it's gotten 2 extremely great wins, so why not? So,
but how can it be impressive if it didn't get a KO? What is this sorcery?
Shout out to Whiplash, who didn't get a KO the entire 2020 season and was the runner-up.
Was it all decisions?
Yes, every single fight was a decision, besides the fight they lost.
Well, Whiplash isn't really much of a KO machine, though.
You say that, but the amount of KOs would surprise you. They took out Mecha Rampage. They took out Sono Waiachi.
Yeah, they took
probably other bots.
Yeah,
but those are robots that were compromised.
Did they KO Bronco? I think they did.
Yes,
they did.
But it was like a very last minute. Like there was 1 second left on the clock.
Yeah, it was like a 250 something KO.
Yeah.
Who did they fight in the round? Oh yeah, that was a split decision. It's huge.
Wow.
But yeah, now Rotator takes on Claw Viper, which I think will be a really fun fight, especially since the fight Claw Viper put up against Bloodsport. That was a really great fight. And now we have an even more destructive and more kinetic energy robot in the field taking on Claw Viper. So it should be a real fun fight. So what do you guys have on it?
I love you, Claw Viper. I really do. But Rotator, if Ribot somehow gets taken out of the tournament, Rotator's winning the nut. So sorry. Rotator.
Spin, what do you
see? I think what's gonna happen is I think Claw Viper is gonna get a really early advantage. It's gonna control Rotator a lot, but I think it's just gonna be a steady downhill burn from there. I think Rotator's gonna get a lot of good hits in. I think one suplex is gonna maybe mess it all up. And if they don't suplex, that's not points they're gonna earn because they're not using their weapon. I think what is gonna happen eventually is Rotator's just gonna deal nasty damage to that Wedge, get suplexed onto the drivetrain or just somewhere vulnerable on Claw Viper, and just turn the fight around.
If I had to guess, I would probably say that Rotator is gonna start upside down so the blade is on the top, so that Claw Viper can't like clamp on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what they did with Beta. That's why Beta didn't use his weapon, not because it's a coward, but because
they're still cowards.
hammer into a spinner after what Tombstone did to you the year.
No, Shatter did that. Shatter did that to everyone, man.
Shatter's hammer was built to take on horizontals. Beta's was not.
Well then, Mr.
They
John
designed
Reed
the hammer
should have had a plan for that. He should have been like, well, I better build more than one hammer.
Flip Rotator. He just didn't execute the plan well.
Look, no, spin. Rotator is neat. I don't want to hear it.
Rotator is neat. I'm just trying to defend Beta.
No, listen. Beta was scared, man. I'd be scared too.
If you're in BattleBots, all right, do you want to throw your weapon into the weapon of another bot, knowing it will just completely destroy your weapon? You would not do that.
Yeah.
You do not want to throw your weapon away, especially so early in a fight. Maybe if it was a Hail Mary type thing, like, oh, we didn't use our weapon, we need to use it.
Well, actually, in regards to that, Beta versus Rotator was actually technically the final fight of each other's season.
Yeah. Beta was already 2-0, so it didn't really matter to them.
Yeah, 2-0 to like two robots that were free wins.
In the tournament. Let's be real, it doesn't matter.
That's fair.
Exactly.
That's fair.
The thing is, they should have had a game plan instead of the dildo hammer that gets ripped off.
The game plan was to flip Rotator via pushing against the wall a lot. It did not work, but that was their game plan.
Look, I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna keep it 55th Street, you know.
Yeah. What I think in this fight will happen, I feel like if this fight ever happened, it would be the new Tombstone versus Gruff 2019 fight, where Claw Viper gets the early advantage, throws Rotator around a couple times,
bitch.
But the hits Rotator deal out just slow Claw Viper down a lot, and in the end, Rotator's damage just piles up too much on Claw Viper. So I feel like Rotator will win a unanimous judge's decision.
Yeah, that's pretty based.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for yelling at you, Spin.
I'm sorry for raising my voice at you.
Pory. No, it was fun. It was funny. It was cool.
Yeah, we need to see more Spin yelling at people.
Yeah, that was prime entertainment, man.
Yeah. All right, but for the next fight, we got. Oh yeah, Rotator takes on Minotaur later, so that's fun. Actually, that'd be a really high fight if that ever happened.
Should be a main event.
Oh. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're chilling.
Alright, so now we got a fight between Fusion and Witch Doctor. Fusion replaces Glitch as no one here has... We had a huge debate, as I said, and we quote-unquote agreed that Fusion should be in the postseason over Glitch, so yeah.
I'm gonna say something. In all fairness, all three of those fights I have Witch Doctor winning.
That's fair. I mean, Witch Doctor
did win one of the three, to be fair, and Witch Doctor beat one of the other ones twice. And this one, I mean, Fusion's gonna blow up. So, yeah, that's my verdict.
So you're going Witch Doctor?
I mean, do you think Fusion would beat Witch Doctor?
No.
Look, I love Fusion, and I want Fusion to succeed, if only to see Reese Ewert talk. But they got stuff to work on, man.
Yeah, but
what do you think, Spin? Who would win?
What do you think, Spin?
Are we talking about Ribot versus Ice Wave or Fusion versus Witch Doctor?
Fusion versus Witch Doctor.
Oh, Fusion pulls a Fusion versus Ice Wave and just sets on fire.
That's what I'm saying. No one believes me.
Even a working Fusion, I feel like it's outdriven by Witch Doctor and just taken out really quickly. Especially especially with Witch Doctor unveiling their forks. I think that would help a lot.
I don't think they'd need their forks, to be honest.
They probably wouldn't, if I'm being honest. Like,
yeah, they wouldn't.
Micah Lately's driving is top tier, so they could just go up to the horizontal spinner and just boop them on the nose, and it'd probably KO them. Alright, but now we got
pop them on the head.
But now we got the bot that Tori despises versus Ice Wave. So, yeah.
Wow.
Ribot, the 3 seed, went 3-0. took out lame bots like Defender, Overhaul, and P1. Whereas
Okay.
you have Ice Wave, who took part in probably the worst main event of all time. So, yeah, what do you guys have on this fight, or should we just vote Ribot already?
Yeah.
I disagree. I think Ice Wave stands a really good chance. Just kidding.
You trolled me.
Here's a question we can add in. What configuration do you think Ribot would go with?
Wedge.
So you think he'd go with Pory?
Yeah, I mean it's like the wedge and the vert, probably.
I
mean, there's no wedge in horizontal. When you say wedge, you have one option.
I have a hot take. I think Ribot will go in with the undercutter since they'll try and be out all out destructive send it mode and try and destroy the head of Ice Wave. So
that would be so fun.
And since Ribot's
the best, what Ribot should have that would help take out the head of Ice Wave?
What?
You said head.
I think Ribot should just bring out a hammer one year. I really want Ribot to use a hammer.
A frog
hammer.
That
would be amazing.
Well, Ribot has implied that they do want to do other configs. They even said they had ideas for a full body spinner configuration.
I know one of this. They wanted to bring a drum this year, but they couldn't finish it in time.
Well, yeah, that too. There's a drum, and they even said that they had ideas for a cage spinner, like a Sal sort of deal. But I guess it just never came to fruition, probably because of waiters.
I've asked about the other configurations on Reddit. I think they thought about hammer, but just said no to it. They ruled it out. Yeah. I think maybe they can work it now. They can make it work nowadays, but then it was not a good idea. Now, great idea. Bring in a hammer. Come on, guys.
I would be fun. It would be fun to have a hammer, I think. But yeah, unless it's Ultimo Destructo's hammer, which
bring in the hammers for the gimmies.
Yeah.
Know what? I'm just saying, Ribot should have a cannon.
Based.
That'd be fun. A frog cannon. It can shoot out tadpoles or some shit.
That'd be pretty base.
But yeah, Ribot will take on the winner of Mad Catter versus P1, which after P1's performance against Hypershock, I feel that P1 definitely has a chance against Mad Catter. At the very least, P1 had some great moments and all of its fights, but so did Mad Catter. So this should be a fun fight. What do you guys have on it?
I'm kind of torn on this fight. On one hand, P1 put up a really strong fight against Ice. I mean, a really strong fight against Hypershock.
Wow.
I would beat Ice Wave, but against Hypershock, it did put up a really good fight. But my thing is, Hypershock did win the ground game. It was winning the ground game. Fusion. The reason P1 won is because they stalled the weapon, and they managed to work around Hypershock and flip him over. With Mad Catter, it can self-right, and its weapon isn't it's not the same as Hypershock's, how it's positioned.
Right.
Once you go into the spinner, it's gonna throw you up. You're not gonna be able to stall the weapon like you would Hypershock. But I do think P1 has a better ground game than Mad Catter. Maybe I don't think Mad Catter has better ground game than Hypershock is hinged.
Probably
wedgelets. Not. I don't know. This is a hard one. I need more time to think about this.
Tori, what do you have?
I feel like Mad Catter would have better ground game than Hypershock, I'd assume. Maybe I'm a big idiot, but I feel like Mad Catter probably has this in the bag. I mean, I think P1 definitely has a chance at having some good moments, but I can't confidently say P1 would win that as much as I would love them to.
Yeah, personally, I think that while the Hypershock may have a better ground game, I don't think Mad Catter is more balls to the walls, go in hard than Hypershock is. Because, Hypershock's aggression is what did them in the fight, but Mad Catter Mad Catter's not only probably the slower robot than Hypershock. Well, not probably. It is. It is. And Calvin Eba's probably pretty knowledgeable about this shit, so he's not like, okay, wait for them to self-right, then go in again.
Calvin Eba is probably a better driver too. That should be considered.
It's definitely possible.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Like, they're both pretty top tier, so it's hard to say. But I'd probably go Mad Catter in this, so.
Woo!
What's your opinion, Spin?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. P1 in the Hypershock fight was very reserved to counteract Hypershock's intense driving style and just being balls to walls aggressive. I think in a fight where was it Brandon Zielinski?
Yeah, Brandon
knows he's fighting more. Was fighting a more seasoned and reserved driver. I think they would be balls to walls crazy. I don't think Mad Catter would expect that. I'm gonna go P1 because of bias, but I wouldn't mind being outvoted and Mad Catter moving on.
Zam.
Alright, so Mad Catter is in a rematch against Ribot. And yeah, we move on to our final two fights, which one of them is Copperhead versus Huge, and god damn it. If there was any
civilian, I am sorry for your loss.
Hold on, hear me out. Please just hear me out, okay?
Oh.
Huge has randomly immobilized itself in its last two fights. So all Copperhead needs to do is, in theory, survive. And the latest bot it's gotten KO'd to was Gigabyte, and Huge is nowhere near as destructive as Gigabyte is.
But here's the thing. Thing. Let me tell you something about Huge. Its weapon, incredibly reliable. Copperhead's not going to take that out. Copperhead, on the other hand, not very reliable. Its wheels are big target. It's just such a small target that Huge, I think, can hit.
Copperhead's
like,
got
it's
them.
It's not going to be able to it's not going.
Copperhead's got them homemade Brazil wheels. Those ain't going off for shit.
They aren't going off, but they're going to get chipped into. I think what's going to happen is Huge is going to chip into Copperhead a lot, and Copperhead's not going to be able to do much about it.
Bro, come on, man. You don't know. You don't know what it's like.
Huge is built to take on these kind of bots.
Yeah,
Copperhead is so small and low to the ground, it's not going to hit the body.
Yeah, Huge can't even take on Switchback, so, I mean...
Switchback pushed it into a wall and kind of broke itself.
Well, also, Switchback is, able to hit Huge's chassis, fucking, Copperhead, they ain't hitting that.
Yeah.
Uppercut, they hit the chassis because their weapon is higher up. Copperhead is a very stout robot.
Yeah, but guys, Huge lost to Rampage.
It took out Riptide's weapon in one hit.
Huge lost to Rampage. It can't beat Copperhead for shit.
Rampage has a wedge. What does Copperhead have?
Copperhead has an anti-horizontal configuration.
That's not a wedge. That's not going to absorb the hits.
It absorbed hits with Gigabyte.
It fed Gigabyte into its weapon, but it's not supposed to take meaty hits like Huge.
So you think Rampage is better than Copperhead?
Yes, is exactly what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, they are.
Fine, as long as
set me up for that one, civilian.
As long as we all agree that Rampage is better than Black Dragon.
Well, yeah.
I agree with these terms.
Alright,
yeah, that's fair.
Huge moves on to the round of 16 with the most bullshit call ever. And,
okay.
And it'll take on the winner of Hypershock versus Rip. Hypershock versus
That's actually... Hypershock versus Riptide actually is, in theory, a fun fight.
This is a fun fight, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like two very aggressive drivers.
Yeah.
And a really big weapon and a bot who's just not gonna die instantly.
Yeah. But I feel like, in the theory, Hypershock probably can win this one since, A, we haven't seen a lot of, for example, the wedgelets on Riptide, those were only the two wedgelets, and they were kind of the front sides of them. And Hypershock's got that, like, plow wedge. It's got those meaty forks. I feel like Hypershock does have this one.
I'm gonna agree. I think Hypershock
Yeah.
has this because both ground game, it's gonna win the ground game. It's gonna outdrive. But my main point is that Riptide's weapon is not very reliable. I think in like was it like 3 out of their 4 fights the weapon died? I don't remember. I forgot their third fight if I'm being honest. Yeah, it did die in the duck fight. Yeah, so like Hypershock has to survive, and like we know Hypershock, it doesn't tend to die really quickly. Look at the Bite Force fight. Look at the Hydra fight. It takes hits. It survives, unless it's unreliable, which this year it's not.
Right. So Hypershock takes on Huge in a rematch, and we are now at the round of 16. So our first fight we have is Endgame versus Cobalt.
There's so many rematches this round.
Yeah.
No, you bitch!
Yeah, Jesus, Pory.
Oh, sorry.
We have rematches Endgame Cobalt and
no! Fuck you, 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 fuck you. Oh, sorry. You continue.
We have Endgame taking on Cobalt. This should be a fun fight. It's two really destructive verts, and both bots have given us destructive KO shots. So, and plus this is a rematch from 2019. So it's a international affair there. So yeah, what do you guys think will happen here? Since
let's fucking go! Oh, what's the first fight?
I wonder what fork configuration Endgame's gonna go with. Because if I'm being honest, the really long forks have not been very too helpful. But in this fight, I think it might give them some sort of advantage. I really want to go Cobalt, but I don't really see it. I just wanted to rant a little bit. I don't really like these like hypothetical vert v vert matchups because I think it's just gonna come down to ground game. Because I think what's gonna happen is Endgame's gonna get under Cobalt, and that's just the fight one. Basically, what happened in 2019.
Right. I think I'm gonna go Endgame on this too.
Yeah, I got Endgame. I mean, Cobalt could do it, but that's a tough matchup for them for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, Endgame moves on to the quarterfinals where it will take on the winner between Uppercut and Lip, which should be a fun matchup as you got an extremely destructive vert and currently the best flipper of the season since Hydra's been doing fuck all this year. So yeah, this should be a fun fight. So what do you guys think would happen here?
How well does Blip drive this fight?
It's Aaron Hill. What do you think?
So pretty good. Okay, so Aaron Hill is a very neat individual.
Mantine's here. Let's go.
Hey.
Aaron Hill is very neat. He's pretty based.
Gigabyte and Whiplash. Fuck you guys.
But if I feel like if Blip gets hit by that weapon, they're gonna have a bad time. You know, like because do we really know how durable Blip is yet? Because they've had 2 gimme fights and Lockjaw's weapon died before it could really get that bread in the other fight. You know.
That's true. Mantine, we're at Uppercut versus Blip right now.
Uppercut and Blip? Uppercut would absolutely fucking blast Blip if it hit it once.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Uppercut, I think Uppercut is resilient enough to survive Blip's flips.
I mean, it isn't resilient enough to survive free shipping.
That's after it beat the shit out of free shipping for a little bit. I don't know if Blip could take as many hits as free shipping did.
That was also, self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like you guys are forgetting the Hydra fight.
Yeah, well, Hydra doesn't gyro.
Hydra's lower. Yeah.
That is...
I mean, okay, Hydra is lower, but, like, you're still talking about an Aaron Hill bot. Like Tantrum and, I guess, by extension, Blip has incredible ground game. Like, come on, guys.
Spin, look, you're a good guy,
Hey!
no.
I'm putting my vote on Blip here, so I mean,
Okay, let me defend my. Let me. I'm a kind of high talk.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm interrupting someone.
no.
But
No, yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You're
So
interrupting.
what we have here, we have Uppercut, really great bot. However, on the other side, you have Tantrum. I mean, you have Blip.
Hmm.
I think we lost you, Spin.
Yeah, you. Okay, we're good. We're safe. We're bread. Bread. Oh my god. Spin, where'd you go?
Spin, spin,
Can, okay, so I think that's going to be really detrimental. Uppercut, because from what we've seen,
spin. We lost you, so you might have to
Yeah.
restate your Blip speech.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Oh, you fuck!
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Pory, are you okay? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, we're chilling.
When did I cut off?
Oh,
When in my statement did I just die?
Wait,
You kind of just killed yourself at the beginning.
Pory, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm podcasting. How about you?
I can hear you fucking gaming in the background. I don't know what you're gaming on.
Listen. Mario Kart just dropped some new tracks.
Oh shit, I don't
I need
blame
that.
you.
I need to inject that into my veins. I love me some Mario Kart, and the new tracks are so fresh. Even though I'm playing the old tracks right now because I'm trying to win the Grand Prix, but
All right,
we're
go.
doing it. We're gaming.
All right, go, Spin.
Okay, so even though Uppercut is really powerful, I don't think Blip can take hits. I don't think it's gonna get hit. So like, what's gonna happen is you have really good driver. Yeah, you have really good driver in Air Hill, one of the best, outdriving Endgame before its weapon just died on it, and Self-Rider died on it. Even after that, it was still controlling with its ground game. Speaking of ground game, Tantrum last year, and I guess Blip this year, has incredible ground game. It's gonna be incredibly hard to get under it unless you're overhauling a really good box rush. But I don't think uppercut can get a box rush. It's not as maneuverable, and it's just not. It's just gonna be outdriven. I think what's gonna happen is gonna be very similar to Hydra versus Uppercut in that one bot just gets under the other bot the whole time and just flings them around. Difference is I don't think Blitz can get caught on the seams like Hydra once did. And even when Hydra got caught on the seams, Uppercut couldn't really react because it's just recovering from being flung around the ring.
Wait a minute now.
Blip's gonna throw Uppercut around, throw him on their weapon, and just kind of break Uppercut by using Uppercut. Like we saw this year that it's lost drive against free shipping. That's just a showing of its weakness of how powerful being powerful can have setbacks. I think Blip.
So you're saying that Blip wouldn't get stuck in the floor, and why?
I'm saying it wouldn't get caught on the seams like Hydra.
Well, if it didn't get caught on the seams, wouldn't that imply that it's not as low as Hydra?
Ooh.
Low enough to beat Uppercut. It's still
Mantine, you lawyering people here?
Look, man. I took a test like last year.
I respect this.
Last month, my school gave me a test, and it said I should be in law, like law shit. So
you're doing pretty good so far.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of. I'm an ace attorney, man.
Blip is built. I don't think it can get on the seams. Like Hydra is really boxy, really flat. It getting caught on the seams just seems like in its nature. Whereas Blip has gyro. It's just not. It doesn't really get caught.
But if it has gyro, wouldn't that mean it has worse ground game?
Not necessarily, because Aaron Hill's godly at staying on the ground. It has ground. It has.
He wasn't though. He was gyroing hard,
but it's not gonna gyro. It's not gonna be as bad as Uppercut. It's gonna take advantage of Uppercut's gyro more so than Uppercut take advantage of.
Are we talking about the same Blip that got outwedged by Lockjaw's minibot?
Oh, Mantine's lawyering hard today, man.
I feel defeated, but I'm right.
Mantine's base tonight, man.
Mantine just hopped on the group chat and started popping off on Spin.
Why do you always do this to me?
He's lawyering this shit.
You just start roasting my opinions.
That's why I'm on the podcast. First it was Civ, now it's Spin. It's a
I like
cycle.
this.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it to me next time.
Yeah.
You're next, yeah.
Only if you have bad takes. I'm the bad take.
I have lots of bad takes, man.
I'm like the bad take boogie man. I'm like under your bed at all times. If you say a bad take,
He's like Santa. If you make like a bad if you make a bad power rankings list, he'll fucking find you and
I'll
roast
come
you
down
to
your
death.
chimney and fucking blow up your
Santa being like, "Oh, Sivvy, you were a bad little boy this year because you had the bad power rankings."
All right, so we have 2 votes flipped so far, but I feel that Pory and Mantine are going uppercut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coin flip, coin flip, coin flip.
Coin flip, yes.
Whoa, that was based.
That was a banging coin flip.
Yeah, I need a coin. Okay, here's a coin.
Flip your screen, and
I
if
can-
it lands up, it's blip. If it
Wait,
lands down,
no.
it's
Hold on. I can do it on Siri. I'm unbiased. Civ, what do you
Okay.
want? Heads or tails?
Blip has eyes, so head.
All right.
I love head.
You love head, man. You love head spin.
Whoa, spin!
I love
Alright,
head.
well, it was tails, so eat it.
How can I trust you?
Hold on, let me turn on the no Mantine cam. But is it the right way even? No, it's not. Wait, not. That's sad. Okay,
No.
fuck.
Is there like
I believe him.
vocal version of coin flip?
Or is this?
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck,
okay,
there it is.
I see it.
I see it. Yeah. Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, you have this.
Yeah, we'll give it to
You're gonna
you.
lose to endgame anyway.
That's true. That literally
Yeah.
didn't matter.
Blip,
Either
I
one of
feel like
them
Blip
would've
could beat endgame, judging by how
Oh.
Tantrum.
Oh
Okay,
God!
hear me out.
No.
Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. Hear
I'm
me
getting
out.
a-
Hear me
Nah.
out.
gonna
Hear
go
me
get a
out.
drink.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Tantrum was okay. You see how what Tantrum did to Endgame? It was controlling. It was dominating Endgame before its weapon died. Even
Counterpoint.
after, it was still controlling with ground game. Like it was doing so well. And then Blip actually having a weapon that wouldn't die on it. Like, come on.
Counterpoint. Tantrum doesn't gyro,
That's a strong point.
but
Damn.
it doesn't matter since Blip won't be fighting on Endgame in the finals. So
Yeah.
we have the battle of the overhead weapons between Sawblaze and Shatter. So
Okay.
Shatter.
Okay, guys. I have a spicy take.
Oh God!
Hear me out.
Wow.
Wait,
Hear me out.
wait for
tonight.
Mantine. Wait for Mantine to come spin, then you
Okay.
can say it.
Bad take, Boogeyman. I summon you.
Wait for him a bit. If he doesn't come and say
For
like
me to hear my calling.
Woo!
Mantine, where are
Oh,
you at?
baby, a triple.
Oh yeah. Mantine, come back. We need you.
Okay, I'll give
I
my
have a
spiel
bad
first.
take.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give.
Come on,
I'm gonna
roast
give.
me.
yeah,
Let me go first
Me and Pory can give our spiels first.
because I love Shatter.
Oh wait,
Shatter-
no, here he is.
Shatter is a very-
Here he is. Spin. Give your
Okay.
take. Go.
I think Shatter's gonna win this fight.
What's the fight? Oh, you're on crack. Oh,
Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing.
Oh God. Let's hear it.
Shatter is good at sniping weapons.
Wait! Spin before you go. I want you to know that the Mary special was damaged so bad in the blacksmith fight they couldn't use it for the rest of the competition. Hence why it wasn't used in the Riptide fight.
That was not going to be useful in this fight, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
So what I think is going to happen is they're going to come out with their hammer, okay? And they're
As
just
they
going to
do.
snipe Sawblaze's either weapon or weapon chain, like what they did to Malice, what they did to Blacksmith.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they sniped Endgame's weapon. They kind of just threw their weapon into Endgame. So I feel like that's gonna help. They have forks, long forks too. That's gonna help a lot in control. I think Sawblades would win control and aggression, but I think Shatter just taking out, sniping
So-
its Endgame's Sawblaze's weapon is gonna help a lot. I'm just saying.
So, what's stopping Sawblaze from running the arm in a way where the overhead would block the chain?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a chain. It could be the arm they hit too.
That
Or this weapon.
thing's not going through the arm, and if it hits the weapon, it's gonna get damaged.
That's a good point. But like, I think the force of Shatter's hammer is enough to break the weapon, or at least take out both weapons. It doesn't have to be the chain. It could take out the arm too. It could survive.
Wait. So you're saying
No.
You're saying it would take
No. I refuse. I refuse to be lawyered. I refuse to fall for your trickery.
Listen.
Your lawyer talk.
So you're saying that it would take out both weapons, right?
Yes.
But you're also saying that Sawblaze would win control and aggression. So that would probably imply.
I did say earlier, though, that they have long forks that will help in control.
But you said
well, how did
you just said Sawblaze would
in the
win
endgame fight? They were outforked. They were outmaneuvered.
But Shatter has the Magnum Dry. They have Omni Wheels. They don't have
They
the
still have
power.
a lot of push. Donald Hudson said himself that he was surprised by how much push Shatter has. They have magnets that help so much in push.
I mean, yes, but Sawblaze still has hinged fork. You're assuming that Shatter's forks are going to get it.
They're long. They're long forks. They're gonna get the body of Sawblaze before Sawblaze forks get to under.
Well, I feel like you're really underestimating Jameson's Go driving. Consistently,
Jameson Go can get sloppy, especially in a fight that everyone thinks Sawblaze has.
Well, you don't.
I don't, but I'm a very, very quiet minority.
Yeah, so you're telling me that most people would think Sawblaze would win.
Yes, and I'm saying I disagree with those most people.
There we go. That's what. Okay, so Tiff,
I'm saying most of y'all are wrong.
Wow, this dude's wild out, man.
Jesus
It
Christ.
doesn't matter what the majority thinks. I'm just saying I think Shatter would win.
Okay, so you're voting Shatter.
Yes, it's gonna snipe that weapon,
and
it's gonna be glorious.
All right.
No.
What you got, Mantine?
I'm still gonna snap the weapon. Okay, so first of all, the wheels on the back, like they're on the back end of Sawblaze, right? Even if Shatter gets under Sawblaze, it's gonna back off. Second of all, if it holds the arm up like it is in the picture right there, and then spins the weapon, they can't get to any sort of like arm or chain without going through the weapon, and that'll probably take out Shatter's hammer. So then we've got even damage, and it's just a pushing and shoving match in which Sawblaze has more drive power. It has the better driver.
Yeah.
I don't see how it would.
Yeah,
You would also be assuming that, okay, hear me out, that Sawblaze is going into the match with weapon down. We've seen where Whiplash went into the fight trying to be a hammer saw, that even then Sawblaze's weapon was still back.
And
so even when a bot they did this against Blacksmith too, their weapon was still back.
So you're saying
them going forward with their weapon down is not a thing they passed.
So the thing about that is
has no actual factual background backing it. It's just a thing you think could be a way of defeating Shatter, even though they wouldn't do that.
You said I was assuming, right?
Yes.
Is this entire thing? Is this entire thing just not assumptions that we're making?
This is entirely assumptions, but your assumptions have less factual backing than mine.
What? This dude wild out. This is
sniped weapons. They've gone weapon to weapon. They've thrown their weapon into another weapon. That's something they've done. Sawblaze, they've never started the match with their weapon down and then charged at another bot with their weapon down.
Why would they do that? It would be stupid.
Yeah. Okay, Mantine said they would do that because to protect their weapon chain. They didn't.
Okay.
They didn't do that against Blacksmith.
Mantine, you're a good guy, but you're wrong. But you're wrong on that one. I'm sorry, but here's the thing: they don't need to do that because Sawblaze is. You're all forgetting the important part. Sawblaze is more agile than Shatter by far. With those Omni Wheels, you can only go so fast. Shatter will drive circles around that motherfucker,
What?
I don't know about that one, Pory.
Sawblaze would drive circles around Shatter. Are you kidding?
Okay, I think you just messed up your word.
Yeah, you accidentally said Shatter would drive circles around him.
I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep.
You said drive circles around them, and you said shatter, so I just assumed that's what you meant.
No.
Fuck whatever I just said. The weapon chain isn't even visible on Saw Blaze. It's got a thing like the Wedge is specifically made to block it. You see the little bit that...
Hey, Shatter's hammer still has like length. They could get behind that. Fine.
I mean, the whole argument that you're making wouldn't even happen because Saw Blaze is much faster. It has more drive power. It has a better driver. If it gets under it once, it's gonna
No.
It's gonna control for the next
Here's the
minute
thing.
and a half.
Here's the thing with Shatter. Okay, it doesn't need. It just needs one good opening. Honestly, where they just need to face Saw Blaze. Even if like they just need to face Saw Blaze and fire the hammer. Like that's what they. That's the only thing they need. Let me have it.
Saw Blaze can back off of Shatter's forks a lot easier than Shatter can drive off of Saw Blaze's forks.
That is
because Shatter wheelies a lot. You know,
Also,
if they could just
the point of Shatter's Omni Wheels is that like the opponent can't really dodge the hammer. The hammer's gonna be facing them. They're just gonna turn towards them.
Well, with a bit of luck, what you're saying could happen, but like.
The thing is, it's not really luck because Shatter has done this before. They snipe weapons. They throw their weapon into another weapon. This is not just like, oh, I think they can throw their hammer into the thing. No, this is, I think, because of what they've done this before. They can throw the weapon and take out the other weapon.
I feel like I'm listening to like an episode of Psychosis right now.
You probably are.
Listen. You use the endgame fight as an example. Endgame is so much more fucking wide than Shatter's forks are. Like, Saw Blaze... If Saw Blaze and Shatter are squared up and Saw Blaze turns, its fork is going to go under Shatter. It's going to get under Shatter before Shatter gets under it. If Shatter gets under it, it's just going to back off. If Saw Blaze gets one opening, it's going to shove it around for the next fucking minute and a half because Shatter can't drive off of the wide-ass forks it Saw Blaze has.
Pory, what do you have since we didn't hear anything?
Well, like I said, I feel that Saw Blaze would drive circles around Shatter, and there's not much that Shatter can do. Like, it's nothing against them. It's just Saw Blaze is just that
weapon.
No, it can't. It can't snipe the weapon. It's protected. No, it can't. Look, I would love to see Shatter pull off the episode. We all would probably, but like, come on, man. It's not a viable thing, you know. Let's just be that way.
I want you.
There is a chance about what you're saying that could happen, Spin. I agree. In a very slim margin of error, that could happen. But the percentage-wise, Saw Blaze just has so much more ways to win and could win a lot more.
I said another thing. Hold on. I'm okay. I'm after this. I'm done. But I want to say that Whiplash was actually incredibly close to sniping Saw Blaze's weapon chain in 2020.
Okay, it's a spinner.
That's a Whiplash, though.
It's a verb. It's a hammer.
Wouldn't a hammer have more reach than a lifter? Like a lifter trying to be a hammer saw?
It has more reach, but it also has to hit a more specific area because it's to a point, as opposed to Saw Blaze, who can just kind of flail a disc around. Whiplash didn't even get under him and get it. He flailed it around while Saw Blaze was controlling him, something that Shatter can't do.
Shatter can actually get under him, though. That's like the difference now.
No, it can't. And even if it does,
they have long forks. They can get under, but they're not going to win the pushing battle.
Even if they get under, Saw Blaze's wheels are at the back of the robot. It is going to back off of Shatter's forks. And it's faster, it has more drive power, and then it can slip away when Jameson goes driving. I don't know what you're trying to say here.
It's okay, but like what you're saying is like they can slip away before Shatter can fire its hammer, but like Adam really will fire that hammer like split second. Next thing you know, like Jameson can look at the box, drive at Shatter. Next thing you know, its weapons across the arena.
Even if he fires the weapon and hits Saw Blaze's chain or its support or whatever. Even if that, in theory, happened, it would send Shatter upward, as hammers do when they hit something, and then Saw Blaze would probably get under it after it fired the hammer.
Shatter has magnets. It does it does do that, but it's not as often as you like. It does stay to the ground when it hits its hammer sometimes. Like that's something that happens.
I wonder what Pory's.
Hold on.
I wonder what Pory's thinking right now. We've just been bystanders in this madness.
He's playing Mario Party. Just let me have my 2-0. I'm going 3-0.
Play Mario Kart, thank you very much.
Also, if you guys noticed, I already put Sawblaze in the quarterfinals.
I saw
Oh,
that. I was waiting on Spin to note.
I noticed. I just wanted to hold on to a hole.
Yeah, but in fairness, I do agree that Shatter does have a chance, and I would love to see Shatter win, but it's just... I don't think it's in the cards for him.
No.
It's a very unlikely...
but now, we get to shit on Mantine since it's about to lose to Whiplash, so...
I mean, yeah, there's nothing
I want Gigabyte to win that, but...
I don't think you can really, like, fight this one.
Yeah.
Whiplash.
Use the 4? No, Whiplash would win,
Yeah.
Whiplash goes into this with a spinner and forks.
No, Whiplash wouldn't. They'd use the lifter because they're fucking boring, and then they just push them around for 3 minutes.
I like control bots. I
The
like
lifter,
to see them be control bot.
It is literally a box with a lift. It cannot get any more boring than this.
Yo, shout out to Comedy Central where we had bots that had lifters and were just fucking boxes.
Dude, Whiplash is literally fucking salad now. Like,
Most of these bots are just boxes. I don't know what you mean box with a lifter. Hydra's a box with a flipper.
No, it's a
box with a spinner. These are mostly boxes.
No,
Mantine?
Hydra's a rectangle, pussy. You don't get it.
Actually, a rectangle is a form of box. Okay, here's the thing. All rectangles are squares, but not all squares are rectangles.
Oh, also, Shatter.
I think it's a spin. It's the other way around. I'm pretty sure.
Also, Hydra has a taper at the end, so it's not a complete fucking box like Whiplash is. Look at Whiplash's wedges. That is literally a box.
If you want to get technically technical, Whiplash is kind of like a U shape, and then you just have like an arm flat and like cutting in it to form a box. But when it lifts it up, it's more of a U shape.
The arm fills in the U, and when it
fills in the U. But like when it lifts it up, it turns into a U.
Man, this is not your battle. Come on. Next flash.
However, one thing about Whiplash.
Everything he says. I refuse.
One thing about Whiplash, I want to say. Shout out to Maddie Vasquez for commenting on my Instagram post today.
What did he say?
Yeah. Well, because I got these DVDs, the Metal Munching Maniacs, which is like a live event that Team Toad did in the mid-2000s. I think they're from 2004. There's 4 of them. I have 2 now. And I posted a picture of them, and Maddie Vasquez was like, yeah, this is such a fun watch. I'm like, oh, yeah. I just thought it was cool.
Spin, now you know how it feels for Mantine to constantly shit on you all the time. I just want to...
I'm good at it. I've got a knack for shitting
it's
on
just
people.
Fun.
Yeah.
At least I can put up a fight.
Yeah.
Are
you saying I can't?
Angry Spin is great for the views, man.
Yeah, Angry Spin can pop off. Okay, so now we go on to the next fight, which is Rotator versus Minotaur. These are 2 very destructive weapons in the field. You got the epic drum spinner of Minotaur, and you got the terrifying horizontal disc of Rotator. So this should be a fun one. What's your guys' theory in this fight?
Despite what you may think, this is going to be the most boring fucking fight ever.
Yeah,
and I'll explain to you why.
Based. Rotator's just gonna fork it. Rotator's just gonna fucking fork it.
You're goddamn right it is. It is not going to use that horizontal a single time. Not one. Maybe once. But, it's going to fork Minotaur for 3 minutes.
You said fork.
Would they go forks against Minotaur? I feel like Minotaur would chew up the forks.
No, wait. I mean, what would the other option be?
Just go weapon on. Okay, hear me out. Rotator wins the weapon on weapon, in my opinion.
Did you see what happened to Bloodsport?
Bloodsport's web spin
because
easier than Rotators.
Yeah, Bloodsport's a scrub compared to Rotator. Rotator's like a fucking tank, dude. Rotator
has a disc. Bloodsport has a bar. Minotaur being between like the bar, it stops it from spinning. Rotator kind of just keeps spinning, hits, and like it just turn and then like Bloodsport can't really counter Minotaur being shoved in his face. Rotator can.
I mean,
To be fair, with Bloodsport, they made that choice to have like the teeth on that thing. I think that was a poor decision. If it was like one solid piece of metal spinning, they might have fared a little better.
That's true. But
Minotaur would do a better job at jamming up Bloodsport's weapon by being
Nah, he
in
said
it than
jam up.
Rotators.
I feel like
don't get me wrong. I agree with you guys. Rotator's going to win, just not. In that way.
I feel like Rotator is worse than Bloodsport in terms of taking like kinetic energy shots. Like if you have Rotator hit like say deep 6 or something right in the face, it's gonna get fucking flown to the fucking other side of the arena. Whereas Bloodsport is probably just gonna get hit up in the air. And I feel like that's in some ways an advantage to Rotator and a disadvantage. In this case, I feel it's an advantage since Minotaur is going to pop Rotator up in the air sometimes, and whenever it does that, it's going to get more spin-up time to get more shots in on Minotaur. So I'm kind of 50-50 on this, but I feel like in some ways Rotator does have the advantage.
I'm very 50-50 on this too, but I'm going to lean Rotator.
I feel like Rotator's just impressed me more than Minotaur has this season, so I feel on that merit alone, I'll go Rotator.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I think Rotator is the second best robot in the field. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I know that if that's a hot take, that's fine. In my opinion, I think Rotator is the second best spot in the field.
I'll say third.
Yeah, who's the best robot in the field for?
Ribot, but
oh my god.
I would probably rank Rotator above Sawblaze at this given moment.
I would say third, honestly. I'd put Tantrum and Sawblaze above it, even though I'd go Rotator over Tantrum.
Where is Endgame?
Endgame's
Endgame sucks.
Endgame I would say is fourth.
That's base, man. Fuck Endgame. I agree.
Yeah, Endgame's had
my homies hate Endgame.
Yo, shout out to Scorpios who pulled a beta and made like the shittiest configuration ever to take Endgame on with.
You're Endgame, have a free win.
Yeah.
Scorpios creates shittiest config ever S to leave Battlebots top 32.
Yo, shout out to the people who said that Scorpios was a better hammer saw than Sawblaze, and people said that Scorpios would beat Scorpios would beat Endgame, and then it gets 32nd by Endgame, bitch.
I think Scorpios lasted longer. Did it not?
No, it did. That's true.
Scorpios is better than Sawblaze. It survived longer.
It's true.
Oh, you dickhead.
All right, so
yes, that's me.
No, not you, Spin. You're a good guy.
Yeah, you may owe me money, but
yeah, you may owe me money, but you're a good guy.
Yeah. But now we get our sixth fight of the round of 16. We have Witch Doctor taking on Tantrum, and I predicted this fight to happen in the quarterfinals of 2020, so I'm kind of hyped for this fight if this happens in real life. And like this would be a good fight if this ever happens, because you have two destructive vertical spinners and two really good drivers. So where do you guys feel about this fight?
Tantrum.
How is Witch Doctor's weapon reliability this year? Because like
awful.
It died in 2 out of 4 fights. But to be fair, the 2 fights it didn't die in didn't really last that long.
Well, yeah, I think that should be like, a tick in its favor instead of against it, because it ended fights quickly because it's good.
Weapon died against Duck.
Here's the deal, though. Tantrum also has dog shit weapon reliability, usually.
It's not reliability, it's durability.
It's durability.
It just takes hits and dies.
Yeah. I don't know how this fight's gonna go. And I don't know who I pick here, but here's what I will say. Tantrum doesn't have the KO power or really the damage potential to do anything major to Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor doesn't have the wedges. Well, actually, they have wedges. They have wedgelets now, don't they?
The forks aren't as good as Tantrums. Let's be real here.
Yeah. They probably can't get
But-
under Tantrum.
We
still.
haven't. Well, to be fair, we haven't really seen
Yeah.
the Witch Doctor Forks in action.
But it's
Here's the-
Tantrum. Let's be
no.
real here.
Here's the deal, though. Tantrum can do whatever. It can get under Witch Doctor and keep on hitting it, but if Witch Doctor hits Tantrum once and gets it flipped or something...
To be
Witch
fair,
Doctor hits hard, bro. Witch Doctor hits fucking hard.
okay, I'm gonna just say it right here, right now. If Witch Doctor can't fuck up Mammoth like Hypershock did back in 2020, then I don't feel that Witch Doctor should be able to like fuck up Tantrum at any degree.
Yeah, think
What
about where
did you say?
Tantrum's
Hold
weapon
on.
sits. It
What?
sits at the
Again,
back of the robot.
Man,
I don't think Witch Doctor can hit there.
Mantine, what I said was if Witch Doctor can't fuck up Mammoth even close to the degree that Hypershock did in 2020, I don't feel that Witch Doctor I don't feel that Witch Doctor's weapon power is like, I feel it's better than Tantrum's, but not like as big of a leap as you're saying.
To be fair...
Additionally, something I should mention. You were saying that Witch Doctor's fast fights is something in his favor. Rusty, dude. That's not that
Exactly.
Can
impressive.
you kind of just
I mean,
hit Mammoth's
I will-
tire, the one that was destroyed in like every other fight?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't say that Witch Doctor, like, it didn't go after the same parts that Hypershock hit. You can't say that Hypershock hits harder because it hit a different part of Mammoth and destroyed it. Witch Doctor still destroyed what it hit. It just didn't hit very much.
Okay, but Witch Doctor should if we pin 2019 Witch Doctor against all of its three gimmies, it would absolutely tear all three of their opponents to fucking shreds. Like Mammoth would just be like a bunch of fucking metal bars around the floor. Duck's entire chassis would be more bent than this version of Witch Doctor did, and then Rusty would just like have a bigger gash than what Beta left in it in 2020.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying the Witch Doctor will win. It probably wouldn't, because Tantrum is a fucking monster and it's so fast. It's like, how do I describe this? It's like Fox in Melee, if any of you guys ever played Melee.
Yeah.
It's so fast. I don't know what the fuck to do.
You a Melee player, Mantine?
I'm a Melee. I'm a Falcon man. I don't play Spacies. Fuck Spacies.
Damn, I guess I respect
You
it.
bitch!
Yeah, I'm a
Hate this game.
I'm a Falcon player or a Melee man. That's my game.
So
I like Melee. I'm not competitive.
So
No, I don't like go to tournaments or anything. I like to play Melee. It's fun.
You play with items?
So are we going Tantrum in this or?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I like to put Pokeballs. Pokeballs are funny in Melee.
I like Pokeball. I like items. I it's not fun for me if it's no items because I'm not competitive about it.
Most of the items are whack, but like the Pokeballs are funny.
Are we going Tantrum in this or?
Yeah, I'd go Tantrum.
If somebody put a gun to my head and said I'm gonna kill you if you don't pick, I'd say Tantrum.
I'm Tantrum too, obviously.
Okay, so
Tantrum looks more like a frog, so that's.
I guess because it has eyes, but Witch Doctor's green. And
Yeah,
it's
but-
confirmed.
But Tantrum's like frog shaped. Not all
Tantrum has
frogs are
thumbs.
green,
Do
you know?
frogs have thumbs?
yeah, but Witch
Yeah.
Doctor's kind of a favela like robot, so
Okay. Yeah, the favela that's gonna win the championship. Yo.
well, it doesn't matter if you're a good favela or a bad favela. You're still a
Is
favela.
Ribot going to be our first favela champion?
I mean, we already got a Spaz championship.
All right. So speaking of Ribot, we have it taking on a rematch against a Mad Catter, which that was a fun fight in 2020, where Ribot had the edge at the beginning, but it decided to take on a very kawaii-like minibot and said "uwu" to it, and then Mad Catter punched it or something.
Oh, Mr.
Robot next.
Ribot,
Yeah,
yep.
Ribot.
Based.
Yeah,
No.
Ribot.
Based.
Okay, my reasoning for Ribot is that it was winning in 2020 until it got distracted by Minibot, a mistake they will not make again.
Not to
I
mention,
forgot this fact.
not to mention, Ribot's even lower than it was last season. So
How do you even get lower like that? Like, that's just insane.
yeah,
Huge neck.
It's also more powerful.
yeah, that's true. Huge next. All right, let's go.
Huge neck.
All right, so now we have the quarterfinals. We have Endgame, Uppercut, Whiplash, Rotator, Tantrum, Ribot, and Huge. And so, yeah, let's start with the top left where we have two extremely destructive words. We have Endgame and Uppercut.
Endgame
This-
next.
This hurts. It's Endgame. I don't like it
Endgame
making
next.
this
Mantine's just
far.
trying to speedrun this
Endgame
shit.
next.
I got girls to talk to.
Like
Wow!
what? Like what? Your waifu pillows or so? Your Sayori body pillow, Mantine?
You're the only one here with body pillows, big man. I don't want to hear that.
I don't got shit on.
And John Maladnik knows. You can ask him.
Hey, John Melodic, is it true that Civ has body pillows?
Shout outs to John Maladnik, by the way.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
And Matt Maxim.
Matt Maxim was cool.
Matt Maxim was neat.
Yeah, Matt.
He's
That was
probably my favorite builder right now, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that was a great podcast we did where Greenwood managed to get both John Maladnik and Matt Maxim to the episode 9 podcast. So check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, now we go on to the bottom left quarterfinals fight where you have Sawblaze
Sawblaze
taking on
next.
Whiplash.
Okay,
I'm
hold
so
on.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'd
Oh,
also
boy.
I'd also like
Hear
to
me
say,
out. Hear me out.
I got the roasted power rank.
Okay? Hear me out. I think Sawblaze would KO Whiplash faster. That's all I have to say.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, base.
Actually, I'd agree with that because, like, fucking Whiplash randomly lost 2 of its drives to Scorpios, and Sawblaze is like 2 tiers better than Scorpios. So
I think Jameson Go would try to play a game and take out all four of Whiplash's tires.
yeah. All right, so now we go on to the top right quarterfinals fight where we have Rotator and Tantrum, and this would be a very fun fight since, like, you got Tantrum, top tier driver, and Rotator, a top tier driver. So this would really come down to which bot is like better in their driving. So this would be a really fun fight to see. What do y'all have on it?
Rotator.
I have Rotator too.
Bro, come on! Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Okay, so
Bro, you're just a
all right.
tantrum sim.
No. Hear me out.
Oh,
Okay, sure. Rotator without a doubt has a better weapon than Tantrum. I'm not arguing that. Like, Rotator has, like, an insane weapon. It's like a top 5 weapon, while Tantrum's like a top 20 at best weapon. But here's the thing. Tantrum has a top-tier driver. Tantrum's probably has a better
So does
driver than he had
Rotator.
then. Tantrum probably has a better driver than Aaron Hill was back in the season. Like, that, like, those two drivers against, like, Malice and, who was it second opponent? Lucky. Malice and Lucky were two great
Lucky had him on the
opponents.
ropes, man.
And then
And
Malice
Tantrum-
took
I'd
out
like to say my
Tantrum's
statement.
weapon somehow.
And
I don't know
so-
how it happened, but it took
so
out the
I
weapon.
So I feel like Tantrum will manage to, like... Well, here's the thing. Weapon doesn't really matter all that much. I feel like Tantrum
Yeah.
just will box rush Rotator and kind of put it on its side, and it will just dominate from there. I feel like the drivers will all just... The driver will, like, really just take advantage of Rotator and its somewhat instability, and it'll just, like, take Rotator all over the place. It'll take him into the screws, the walls, the pulverizers, the shelf. I feel like Tantrum will just, like, absolutely just push Rotator all over the place. And I feel that Tantrum will win a split decision if this fight happens. So, yeah, my vote's for
This is definitely
Tantrum.
going to be split, I think. Like, this might be, like, the closest match possible.
Yeah, but my vote is for Tantrum on this, so...
No.
I think something for me is that I don't think Tantrum is going to use its Wedge. So here's the... So, in the Bloodsport fight, they didn't go Wedge. Because Bloodsport hits so high, what's the point of being a Wedge? It's not going to block hits from hitting, like, the front. It's just going to do nothing. I think the same thing applies here. Because, like, I'm gonna go Wedge because Rotator might go Overcutter to try hit the weapon.
They're
or where the weapon
gonna
is.
go. I think they're gonna go undercutter mode. Honestly,
I think they would go Undercutter mode, but I don't think Tantrum's gonna go with Wedge. Partly because it's both really armored and it would do nothing for the Overcutter. And if Rotator goes Forks, they need to counter that more than they need to counter Thing because they are well armored. So,
All right, so what's your vote, Mantine?
Rotator next.
let's go.
Y'all suck. Okay, y'all suck. I don't like any of you.
I'm sorry, bro. The forks on Rotator are pretty fucking solid. We saw it get under Black Dragon consistently.
Yeah, that was a bad
He kind
fight.
of struggled to get under and push Beta. Is all I'm saying.
And we saw Valkyrie absolutely shit on Tantrum's weapon. Hit it once and it was completely bent all to shit.
shit.
You know, the undercutter, Tantrum's pretty small. It could get around to the sides, hit those side bits a little bit. I don't know. I think this is pretty free for Rotator. Why did you put Tantrum in the next fight?
I think if Rotator goes Undercutter, that's just gonna screw over Tantrum more because it's just gonna hit the top of it.
Yeah, but now we have our final fight of the quarterfinals where we have Ribot versus Huge. So
Oh, here we go, baby.
I'm gonna be completely honest, Pory. You're gonna lose in the quarterfinals.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And
Wrong answer.
Hear me out. Okay.
You lost your weapon to Uppercut, who pretty much lost to Huge. So yeah.
Hear me out. Here's the thing. Okay. I'm gonna vote Huge, but I want to say Ribot stands a really decent chance.
Oh yeah,
okay?
it stands a chance, but
it stands a really I think stronger chance than you're giving it credit for. Because it is fast, it is aggressive, it is well driven.
Well, I'm only saying it's one sided to annoy Pory, so.
Well, look. No.
Hear me out. I think Undercutter might be a good choice in this fight. It's not gonna.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Vert's not gonna do anything that huge. Let's be real here. So I think going Undercutter is gonna chip away at the traction of the wheels, perhaps, or just chip away at the wheels to make it harder for drive for huge. I think they're gonna be outdriven. I think they're gonna just do better at chipping away in driving and pushing it around than other bots would. I still think huge, just how it's built, is better to take on Ribot than and other bots in general. So I would give huge the edge, but Ribot stands a really strong chance. I feel like it needs more credit in this fight.
Here's the thing. Remember when Malice fought Huge?
No.
When Malice fought Huge, Malice whooped Huge's ass by getting around to the sides and slamming into the wheels.
Leggies. I'm not sure if Malice can take out Leggies.
Yeah, and also Malice probably does have the stronger weapon than Ribot, let's be real here.
In Undercutter mode, that is.
Yeah, but Ribot, no offense, David Rush, but Ribot has the better driver.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
What are our votes looking like right now?
You see, I think
I think it's 2 votes for Huge, 1 vote for Ribot.
So on one hand, I could lawyer up Pory.
Do it. Lawyer him up.
Yeah, you should lawyer up.
On the other hand, I could go who I think really going to win, which would be Huge.
No, you gotta lawyer up, because, thinking that Ribot wouldn't win isn't very based.
That's true, I am based.
Hold on. I actually don't know who I think is going to win. Huge gets a really slim edge. I think I'm just going to do a coin flip for Huge and Ribot.
Bro, come on.
That's
really slim. I do think Ribot stands a good chance.
You had it, Spin. You had it.
Okay, here's the thing. I have an argument. Okay, so Ribot is a better driven robot. We've established that, and Huge isn't a driving robot. All it can really do is turn in place if it, Huge can't outdrive Ribot. It can just hope that its spinner is facing Ribot when Ribot attacks. But I think Ribot is faster than Huge and can get around to the sides. I don't think their goal is going to be to block the weapon or get in there. I think their goal is to gnaw away at the sides of the robot, you know?
If the thing
And-
is, Huge kind of has better turning than it did in other years, and it has a better weapon than it did in other years.
I
And
mean,
it's kind of built to take on bots like this.
is it though?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
that's the kind of
alright.
point of design. Like it kind of just faces bots, and they kind of go into its kind of area it wants you to be in.
All right, so
yeah, but here's the thing. It's just Huge hasn't been that impressive this year.
I'm gonna say the switchback fight is what making me turn on to Ribot, because the more I think about it,
They beat Switchback. You gonna take that shit?
Civilian, can I? What heads or tails?
Ribot is a frog, so head.
I mean, I'm just saying Huge is higher though,
What do you?
so it might get heads. And it's the first robot between the two of these robots to have a face, because it existed in 2018.
Okay, that's
Huge
true.
Huge has two tails though.
That is true. That is true.
But
Like,
It's not tails.
when frogs are born, they have tails.
That's true. But
Alright.
Ribot is a fully grown frog, so it doesn't have a tail.
Yeah, but Ribot would wipe the floor though. Like, what was
Civilian.
Huge's other fight? Huge
Civilian.
fought Riptide. Huge fought Spin
Retrograde.
Doctor. Retrograde. Yeah, that's a really good way to indicate how good Huge is. We beat a shitter.
All right.
Civilian, can I appeal to your pathos real quick?
What do you mean?
Huge.
Pathos?
He's bringing out the ninth
Huge.
grade English letters. Let's hear it.
Huge beat Copperhead. Do you want to avenge your loss? Your loss of your
Oh,
Base,
fuck
base.
you!
He's pandering.
He's base. No, he's base. Let him pander. He's base.
This man is pandering, huh? I'll tell you what, Spin.
Also, Ribot won the coin flip.
I'll tell you what, Spin.
Base.
I don't know, man. Fuck him. I'll change my vote if you vote with me for a fight of my choosing.
No.
I'm so scared for the next fight,
Spin.
though. I don't want to go endgame over Sawblaze.
Hey, I said a fight of my choosing. Who says it's that fight? Who says it's that
There's
fight?
only 3 fights left. What could it be?
Not that
I'm not
fight.
gonna roll the dice and
Not
have endgame move on to the finals.
He's gonna make Ribot lose. Don't let him pander.
Who says I'm doing that, man? Come on, man. Spin.
know I can read you like a book.
No,
Bookie.
you
I know
fucking
exactly
can't.
what you're
No,
doing.
you cannot.
See, Civilian, I know what game you're
And-
playing.
Okay, then
And
I'm
I think
voting.
I'm gonna play a similar game.
Okay, then I'm
Yeah, I'll
voting
take your vote.
I'm voting. Oh wait, really?
I'll vote with you on
Okay,
your choice
okay.
match.
All right, sick. I vote Ribot.
Base.
What? Okay. All right. I didn't even have to load it up. That was huge.
All right, so now we have our 4 semifinalists. We have Endgame, Sawblaze, Rotator, and Ribot.
Endgame next. Endgame
Civilian,
next.
what do you think?
Endgame next.
Is this the one you want me to vote with you on?
I'll tell you.
Endgame
I'll
next.
tell you which one it is. It is not this one.
Endgame
Okay, so it's
next.
Ribot versus Rotator.
Endgame
No, it's not.
next.
It's a final,
I got
baby.
Sawblaze.
I
I'm
got
gonna say
Endgame. I got
don't think it's gonna
Endgame.
be as sloppy.
I got Endgame.
I don't think it's gonna be sloppy this time. I think it's gonna go about things differently and
Endgame.
not instant lose.
Okay, so we have a tie, 2-2 Endgame. Do any of us want to
point flip?
wait? Can we all plead our cases first? So maybe, just maybe, someone will change their vote.
Okay, so
Sawblaze
here's
is
my
better driver.
thing. Okay, Kai talk. Okay, so here's my
Yeah,
thing.
talk.
Sawblaze was driven by Jameson Go. He is known for being sloppy in certain fights, and
Main
then
events,
exposing a
particularly.
weakness and then losing. However, I don't think they're gonna be sloppy this time. I think they're just gonna be like, we need to reel it in. This is important. We need to not fail again. I think they're gonna reel it in. I think we know Sawblaze is a good driver. We know they have the skills to actually outdrive Endgame. I think they can do it. The forks are hard to overcome, but we saw that forks can be a detriment sometimes. We know that Sawblaze is really agile. We know that Endgame can gyro sometimes. We know Sawblaze is good at taking advantages of weaknesses like that. I'm going Sawblaze.
Yeah.
Pory, you want to plead your case?
Jameson Go's a better driver. Thank you.
He is.
All right, here's
He's
my
a better
case.
driver than why to get out of the arena, idiot.
Yeah.
Because he makes
Because
mistakes.
he makes
slops
mistakes.
time.
We're
You know
all
who doesn't-
human.
you know
He's
who doesn't
human
make-
like the rest
wait,
of
wait,
us.
wait,
Jameson Go, when he's a good driver,
wait,
is one of the best.
hold
but
on.
Jameson Go gets sloppy, which is what
If-
holds him back. Case in point, the huge fight.
So Endgame does not make mistakes, though. So doesn't that mean Endgame's a better driver?
And
True.
he makes
Well,
mistakes all the time.
here's
What
the
are you
thing.
talking about?
If you're talking
When?
about like in how many fights they win out of 10, yeah, okay, that takes into account. But we're talking about this fight. Sawblaze is gonna take this
True.
fight so seriously. He's gonna be in it.
Wait,
He's
what
gonna
did
be
he
the
just-
most serious person around.
What did
This
you
fight
just
matters
say?
so much more than the number 1 seed fight.
Bro,
Because
they're the
Sawblaze-
defending champs. Are you seriously saying that Endgame's not going to care as much as Sawblaze?
I'm not
What?
gonna say they're not gonna care as much. I'm saying that Sawblaze doesn't care much more.
What? That's the same thing.
Civ, you could use your token. Use your pander token.
I don't know, man. Should I save it up or use it
This
for
feels
now?
like Survivor. Like, do I
You-
use my idol or not?
That
Use
is
it
true.
now.
Honest.
Fuck Sawblaze. Sawblaze fucking sucks. Get him out of here.
You know what?
But
I'm just
if
gonna.
you do this, I'm gonna vote Ribot over Endgame, and Pory's
Oh,
gonna be with me.
No.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm voting
no.
Endgame.
He
I'm
just-
voting-
He turned in
I'm
the pander
voting-
token.
I'm voting Endgame. I'm turning in the Panda token. Endgame makes it to the finals. Let's go, baby.
You should. Oh, good shit.
All right, so we
We
get
love
in.
to see that.
Yeah, so we get into our right semifinals fight, which consists of Rotator and Ribot, the frog. So yeah,
You're about the frog. Let's go.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
you see, I think Endgame loses either way. I think Pory's
You're-
with me on that.
what? You think it'll lose to? You think it'll be Tantrum, but it'll lose to Ribot? What kind of logic is that?
Wait, what?
You think Rotator will lose to Ribot?
No, I'm thinking. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm kind of lost.
Sir?
Sorry.
Spin,
I think
who will-
Endgame loses the next fight. Either bot that moves on. If I'm being honest.
Oh, okay. Okay, so who do you? What's your guys' takes on the right side semifinals? Okay, I guess I'll just go. Okay, so in my opinion, I feel like Ribot will go with the Wedge vert config. So I feel like Ribot will go in for a box rush and kind of just throw Rotator around. But I feel like Rotator will also get some shots in. Probably take the frog outfit off. Whatever. Probably a golden painted frog for this one. Poison dart frog, maybe. That's golden. But yeah, that's how I think the fight will go. What do you guys got?
Are you going Ribot or to Ribot or to Rotator?
I'm going Tantrum.
Oh yeah, okay, good point.
Yo, okay.
Alright, so are you guys gonna tell me what you guys have on the site?
I'll withhold my opinion for now.
Okay. Mantine, what do you have?
Don't care. Rebot loses.
Okay.
Alright, you want me to actually argue it? Okay, so,
Yeah.
Rebot's tires are made out of tissue paper, we know that.
Did they ever lose
Re-
their tires ever?
It doesn't
That's
need
fine.
all
Yes.
4 tires. Like it's lost tires in one fight.
Yeah,
the
it
fight
does.
that lost
Wait,
tires
what-
in, it won the fight.
Wait, what fight did
No,
Ribot lose a tire?
no.
Oh yeah, uppercut.
Uppercut and
Uppercut.
Tracer.
Tracer.
It got its wheels taken. Yeah, it got them taken off against Tracer. Case in point.
Ribot lost wheels to
It
Tracer.
won
I think
that
that
fight.
I think we should automatically vote
Yeah, but
Rotator
that's
for that.
because Tracer fucking sucks.
And then, but here's the thing: Ribot
Rotator doesn't
has
suck,
improved in
you know.
driving.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So you know Rotator, the bot that is unkillable. Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Ribot's also pretty hard to kill. I wouldn't say it's unkillable because Valkyrie in 2019,
I was
then
gonna
again
just-
Rotator in 2018.
I'm gonna
I'd
keep
say
it.
both these bots are really hard to kill because like Ribot face uppercut and win by sheer virtue of being durable and reliable.
Well, also here's the thing. You're saying that Ribot won both of the fights that lost his tires in, and you're right. But one of those fights was in where it, Tracer wasn't capable of a follow up. The fight
Here's the
ended when
thing.
it lost his tires. The fight wouldn't end when Rotator takes his tires off in this fight.
Here's the thing, though. Those were both verts, and Rotator is a horizontal.
Yes, which means it's easier to.
It's not that it's easier to think, because like Rotator has a smaller weapon diameter. It's not gonna be like, oh, you're coming towards my back, I'm gonna spin around and hit you. No, Ribot has a wedge. It's smarter than that. It's not gonna be able just to fall for those tricks. It's gonna be harder to take off those things.
No. Well, hold on. You're saying it has a wedge. If it uses it has to use the forks to get under Rotator in case Rotator uses its own fork.
I actually don't know what Ribot's wedge looks like. Can I look at that up real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But here's my thing. Here's the thing. I'm going Rotator.
Yo, babe.
Because my problem with Ribot's wedge, I don't know what the ground game situation on that is. What I do know is that it covers so much of the weapon. Like, it is basically just a wedge, and it basically looks like Swamp Thing right now. Like, with how much weapon shows up on that wedge. I think what's going to happen is, I think Rotator's just going to chip away at Ribot enough. Even though Ribot's going to outdrive it, surprisingly. Or just by sheer virtue of being aggressive. I do think Rotator's going to chip away. It's going to be a split decision. It's going to be incredibly close. But I'm leaning Rotator.
Alright, so I'm going Rotator as well, and Pory's probably going to go Ribot, so... Yeah, Pory's bot is out. Pory, how do you feel about that?
I was going to actually vote for Rotator, so whatever.
Oh, babes.
Wait, does that mean you're not a Ribot supporter anymore? Damn.
No, I'm a Ribot supporter. I just think Rotator's a fucking beast.
You gotta hand over the t-shirt.
But here's the thing. I can't be like Captain Mantine, and every time my robot faces a robot that's a hard counter for, it'll be like, "Oh, woe is me! My robot's gonna lose."
Oh my god! Here
we can't be doing that every time. We gotta be rocking our ace till the day we die.
You're fucking talking about your robots that have unwinnable fights is literally just like copium.
No, it's not copium. It's me supporting my homies.
Right now, can I take the time to speak about an important issue that's really prevalent in BattleBots right now? I think this sort of thing should be normalized in BattleBots. We need more ass forks. Rotator is our biggest case in point. With its ass forks, it is able to counter many bots. With it being a horizontal and having ground game, it is very hard to beat. More bots should incorporate ass forks into their robot. That's all I want to say.
Hey, Mantine. Remember the time you were scared of Grabot?
That you made that shit up. You literally made that up. Like, I didn't
make anything up.
Although, I would rather fight Tombstone than Grabot.
What?
That's honestly pretty big. Well, because we want that Tombstone win,
What?
You want that Tombstone win, right?
Oh yeah, we want to catch that dub over Tombstone. Tombstone is washed.
And you know what? I agree with you. On that.
I'd rather I think Tombstone is the number one match I want. One, because it's a free win. Two, it looks a lot better. I mean, I don't know. I just think that'd be a lot easier.
Alright, so, yeah, we have our final two, Endgame and Rotator, but before we do that, how about we have a fight for third place between Sawblaze and Ribot, where...
Sawblaze next.
Oh, poor Ribot, Sawblaze.
Next.
I'm sorry, It proves a lot, but, the Ribot team said in AMA, this is, their fight to lose. This is the thing they get countered by.
Next fight.
Ribot wipes the floor with Sawblaze.
I'm sorry, Pory.
Maybe
if Ribot had a hammer and could snipe the weapon, but
oh my god! Shoot yourself.
Listen. Ribot is a frog, and
frogs beat fire, as we all know.
Frogs are neat. Frogs are usually water types, and water beats fire types. They're super effective. Ribot wins.
Pory, I was about to vote Ribot, but you made a fucking Pokemon reference, so now I have to consider voting Sawblaze.
Be a dragon type.
That's
God, dragging these nuts across your chin. All right, next fight.
you all are weebs. I'm going Ribot, so it's a
You're
tie.
the
Space.
one talking about Sayori
Space.
body pillows in
Space.
front of John Muladin.
Roll
I don't
the
think
dice, civilian.
You're the
Roll
one.
the
You're
roll
the
the
one.
coin. We're not having a tie. Roll the coin, civilian.
you don't
Fine.
fight. No, there is no coin. There is no coin to fucking flip here.
There
Ribot
is-
is worse. Ribot is objectively
well,
worse.
I voted Ribot, you favela. So how do you feel
No,
about that?
Mantine, I don't like your attitude. I don't like the way you've been speaking to this.
Sim
in this
kind of fakes
podcast.
tonight.
Spin, I think-
No. You don't like my attitude because I shit on you in 2 debates and then you
Yes.
cried and left.
Pory
Oh.
made a strong
Oh.
point about Ribot being a water type.
Oh,
Well,
God.
Yeah.
wait, I thought Dragon was super effective against water.
I don't.
No.
I don't know anything about.
Or wait,
Pory.
He's not.
You should not be asking me
Is
this
it-
question.
Wait, is it? Or,
Dragon
no,
is-
wait, is it the
Dragon
other way
thing-
around?
Yeah. No, water's not super effective with dragon either, but Saw Blaze would also be a fire type, and I think
Wait a
that
minute.
Robot would have
Hold
on
on.
that.
Hold on. I'm getting out
It's-
the getting out the fucking type chart. Here we
Good
go.
God, what is
That's-
happening?
Yeah, getting out the type chart, baby.
Pory
Hey.
brought in Pokemon into this debate.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, if he brought in Pokemon, then I'm voting Sawblaze because fuck that.
God is
could be
ass.
enough of a-
God is stupid ass.
Well, then roll the dice then.
Fine,
Alright,
I'll roll the
coin.
dice, the coin. Okay, so
yeah.
heads or
Let's do
I
tails?
was taking you
Pory?
so long. It
No,
takes
no, don't flip the coin. Go to Sawblaze. You know Ribot's not gonna win.
I voted
No,
Sawblaze.
flip the coin. Flip the
Head-
coin.
heads
flip the
Ribot.
dice.
And
Sam,
it's.
rig it.
Can you guys see what the side is?
That's a tail. That's a
No.
tail. Mhm.
Yeah, that's
It's a
tails.
heads, yeah.
That's
Robot
tails.
wins.
That's tails. That's Sawblaze. Sawblaze gets third
Rigged.
over Ribot.
Let's
Rigged.
go.
Civilians
Let's go.
won every coin flip. I call rigged.
There's
You're
only
rigging
been
it,
2 coin flips, you favela.
Show us the coin flip.
Okay,
Right.
so
Makes
for
it
the
like
final
Amanda
for the
Reese.
final fight,
Go.
Rotator.
Rotator.
100%.
Rotator.
Oh my god.
Rotator.
This fight has literally happened. I don't know how.
Yeah,
what are you guys
and
talking
Rotator
about?
should
and
have
then
won.
Rotator almost won.
Yeah.
Rotator should have
did
won
win.
that.
The key word there is almost.
No, it
did.
did to
It was
Endgame.
just a bad judge call.
Endgame, like,
Rotator should have won, and Spin just.
Yeah.
Should it
Spin,
have? I'm
Spin
gonna be
just-
honest. I don't remember that fight at all. After Gigabyte was gone, it was all a blur. I didn't really watch. I didn't really care.
Rotator kicked the shit out of Endgame, and
Well,
the
yeah,
judges,
I heard
judges
Endgame-
the judges fell asleep during the fight, I guess, and they
I
called.
do seem
Yes.
to remember Endgame had a couple of close calls, and I think one of them was Rotator. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
so okay, I know. I've heard the Endgame team talk about this fight. Endgame should have definitely lost damage. Like they were so many
Yeah, that's what I'm
unusual
saying.
parts of the fight. Like you go into the pits, and then Endgame team was just showing up to the Rotator team and just hanging them parts. So many parts because all those parts were just unusable, broken, so badly damaged. I think Rotator's just been so impressive in his damage and driving capabilities and weapon reliability. I think Rotator's got this in a rematch.
Rotator could very well win this
He
season.
was so close originally, and like even then, like you could still question. You could still like put up a good fight for Rotator winning the fight because Rotator was just picking apart Endgame, man.
Ace.
Yeah, I gotta go Rotator in this one, so. Rotator is the champ of this bracket. Yeah, pretty fun shit. At second place, we have Endgame, who I think got third place when we did the mid-season. Yeah, third place. Third place, I got the mid-season bracket. At third place, we got Sawblaze, who got fourth place in the mid-season bracket.
Wait, I wasn't here for the midseason bracket. What did it look like? The top 4 slots.
The top 4 slots were Ribot. Okay, so the right 2 semifinalists were Ribot and Endgame, and the left 2 semifinalists were Copperhead and Sawblaze. Copperhead and Ribot beat Endgame and Sawblaze, and Ribot beat Copperhead,
Let's go.
which is
And then
not true.
Copperhead got taken out in the round of 32.
You're a favela. That's that. You guys are favelas. That's all there is to it. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and shout out to Mantine who spent like a 30-minute roasting session on Spin Doctor.
On his ass.